Good evening, guys. Tony back again, or in Todge. Hope you're all well. Thursday night here in the UK, and it's about 10:30, and I've just got back from seeing The Batman. So I got in to see it a bit early for a friend. I got a 7 o'clock showing, and it actually starts tonight at 1 minute past 12. You know, tonight, Friday morning, let's say. I was going to get that one, but then my mate got me into an earlier showing. So I thought I'd come on here and give you guys a bit of a rundown of what I thought. Spoiler free, of course, because this is probably the biggest film of the year. And like I said, I've said before on previous occasions, I'm not the biggest superhero fan or, Marvel or DC fan or comic book fan. But if I was going to watch one superhero film, it would be Batman. I do like the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and I like the old original Batman from, is it 89, and like Batman Returns, like Tim Burton style. I do like those ones. So yeah, if I was going to watch a superhero film, Batman would definitely be my go-to. So when I saw this film being advertised, for the last year or so, it really sparked me interest. I think it sparked everyone's interest, really. The casting of Robert Patterson as Batman, I know people like turn their noses up, some people who, don't really understand, bar the Twilight bit, how good of an actor Robert Patterson is. If you've seen like Good Times or The Lighthouse, you know how much of a powerful actor he is. He doesn't even need to say a lot. He's just, yeah, he's a great actor. So I was really looking forward to seeing this. And like I say, with Matt Reeves directing, I really do like his stuff as well, such as Cloverfield, stuff like that. The Planet of the Apes are two films, and even Let Me In, the remake he done of the Danish vampire film, that was really good. So it's quite a methodical way of directing, a lot different to the Christopher Nolan film. So yeah, guys, I was just really, really pumped for this film. I don't know why, but so I don't really get excited about these sort of things, but I'm more of a horror guy, as you know. But yeah, so I went to see it, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown of it, guys. So what did I think of it? I'll just go through a few things, and yeah, just give you my sort of opinions on it. So I won't ramble on too much, but I've got to say I really enjoyed this movie. It was absolutely fantastic from the start, the bat. So obviously you got Robert Patterson as Bruce Wayne, Batman, and then you got Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle in this. She was fantastic too. Paul Dano as the Riddler. Oh, his performance is up there with the Joker in my eyes. It was so creepy. This film is so different. You had Colin Farrell as a Penguin, who was unrecognizable. He was really good too. Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon, really good as Commissioner Gordon. He'd done it fantastic. His chemistry with Batman was really good. You got Andy Serkis in this, Gollum himself as Alfred, and then you've got a few other actors who someone like Barry Keoghan, who I think is fantastic. He plays a cop. Really like his stuff, and yeah, just the actual casting of this is fantastic, guys. So basically, this takes place. It's not like the others. You don't get no backstory or origin story as such of why Batman's became Batman or anything like that. It's a brilliant start to the film. Like I say, I don't want to get into it, but fantastic start. It's on for nearly 3 hours long, 2 hours and 58 minutes, I think. And yeah, it sucks you right in. And like I say, it just goes through this story of Batman being on the streets for 2 years. He's really mysterious. The police don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy. It seems to come across like that. Obviously, he's helping fight crime, but they don't know his intentions. So there's like a lot of mystery about him. But I'm glad they've done that with like the 2 year aspect of him being on the streets, and then all of a sudden this sadistic killer, sort of a Zodiac killer, is picking off all these politicians in the town, and Batman sort of got to piece this together and find out why this is happening, because it's sort of spiraling around Batman too. And yeah, like I say, there's this Zodiac killings, and it's really creepy, and it turns into more of a, if you're going into it thinking of an action movie like, you know, the Christopher Nolan films, it's completely the opposite. It's nothing like, you see action in the trailer and stuff, but there's not a lot of action. So I don't know if a lot of people are going to like this film. They might do, they might not. There's more of a detective vibe. So, it's like if you've seen the film Seven or something like that, or a bit like Seven, that sort of methodical way of thinking. Even like 12 Monkeys, that sort of steampunk feel. I think thought they got Gotham City to a T in this. It was whereas the Dark Knight trilogy was more. It just looked like New York, didn't it? It could have been New York. It could have been anywhere. It was like so real. This is got that grit and, like I say, that steampunk feel, and it's just it's got a real feel, but also like I don't know, a bit of a fantasy feel as well. But the characters feel really real and feel really relatable. Even Batman himself, Robert Patterson, in my eyes, is the greatest Batman I have ever seen on screen. He doesn't need to say a lot. His dialogue is, I won't say non-existent, but compared to other Batmans, he doesn't need to. He just uses, like I say, his eyes, his expression, just the way he looks. He looks drained. He looks almost like a vampire. If that's weird, it's just there's just a loneliness about him, and you just feel for him, and it's quite emotional, especially towards the end of the film. Any of you guys that have seen it or you're gonna see it, you'll feel. I don't know. I got quite emotional in it. Like I say, for a 3 hour long film, it didn't. It sort of skipped by pretty quickly. I could have had another hour of that sort of thing. Like I say, you guys who like your sort of action might not get this film, but I love the aspect of like the Dick Tracy type, detective work or film noir, that sort of thing. And it was just great to see Batman sort of being really methodical and a thinker and putting these clues together. It was just great. And like I say, Paul Dano as a Riddler, my God, he was scary. He wore this sort of, he wasn't like Jim Carrey's Riddler, he wasn't like that. He was like, I don't even know what this suit was. It was like rubber or plastic with these glasses. Really, really strange. Colin Farrell as Penguin. Unrecognizable, guys. I couldn't believe it was him. I was like to someone at the side of me, is that Colin Farrell? I was like, yeah. I was like, I know it is, but it just, his voice and everything, it like, I don't know if they used something on his voice or something, but it was just completely unrecognizable. Zoe Kravitz as well as, like I say, Selena Kyle. So I'm not a big comic book fan, so I don't know. I think there is a lot of Easter eggs in this. I picked up on a few. So you guys who are really into comic books and the all the animated series, you probably will pick up a few more things than what I did. But she was great. Catwoman, that they sort of had a great bond on screen. Those two, Zoe Kravitz and Robert Patterson, they were sort of, like I say, merged together as one in some parts, and it was just really great to see. Fantastic partnership, and also with Jeffrey Wright as well, who played James Gordon. Him and Batman on screen was really good again. They got the chemistry spot on. Like I say, Matt Reeves is directing in this, and the score, some of the best music you will hear in a Batman film. I don't know, it was just like the music stood out, if you know what I mean. It was like sad, but upbeat at the same time. I don't know. I can't really describe it. It's something I've never really heard before. It was really strange, but fantastic in my eyes, my humble opinion. I don't know a lot about filmmaking, but it was brilliant. So Matt Reeves' job of directing this was like so different to any other Batman film. It was like you heard Batman's footsteps. He sort of kept the camera there for a long time. He wasn't like meant to be this like phenom or ghostly figure. You heard footsteps, that sort of thing. He was brutal in the action scenes with the fighting and stuff, but like I say, not a lot of fighting in this one. But yeah, just absolutely fantastic. Andy Serkis as Alfred. What we saw of him on screen with Bruce Wayne was really decent, really top notch stuff. Not a lot of Bruce Wayne in this. I'd like to see more. That's one downside, but a lot of Batman, and he's on screen for an awfully long time. Nearly, I don't know, probably over 90% of the screen time is Batman. But you see how his mind works. The Batmobile is absolutely amazing, guys. You've probably seen the trailer. I don't know. I'm not too big into motor cars and stuff, so I don't know what make it is. But it's almost like something's put something together. Someone's put something together in sort of their own garage. It's not like high tech as the Dark Knight sort of trilogy. It's like an homebrew car, but it is absolutely amazing. And some of the technology he uses as well is great. Some gadgets and stuff for his detective work. I'm not going to get into that because I want you to see. But yeah, just the Batmobile was so badass. It was just fantastic. So I'm going to stop waffling, guys. I'll say this is the best superhero movie I've ever seen. It was, dark thriller. Not even a superhero film, I suppose. It's like a dark thriller. And when the Riddler come on screen, it was almost bordering on horror. But I like he was quite terrifying and a great serial killer. But yeah, all in all, guys, like I say, my favourite Batman film, and it took some beating as well from like the Dark Knight and stuff like that in the original film. My favourite Batman. All the characters do a fantastic job. My favourite director of a Batman film as well, in Matt Reeves. Just yeah, my favourite music. So it's just an all around, guys. I know probably a lot of people have said it. It's had good reviews. I haven't watched any yet because I wanted to see it, but I suppose a lot of people are saying pretty good things about this film. So yeah, I'll just give it 9.5 because hopefully if they bring a number two out, they can push the boundaries a little bit more. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to sort of intertwine Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I don't know if they can do that if it's on the same film label. I haven't got a clue, but that would be amazing because Batman, Robert Pattinson, in this has got that sort of Joaquin Phoenix Joker sort of feel about him. He's sort of downtrodden and depressed and things like that. He's got that sort of feel about it. So if they could get those two on screen together for the next film, or if they're going to do a next film, I don't know, but we shall see. But absolutely fantastic, guys, top notch. I would say it's going to be one of the best films of the year. So go out and see it. Get in the comments, tell me what you think, guys. If you liked it, if you didn't. Some people are not going to like this because, like I say, it's a bit drawn out for people and there isn't tons of action. But I don't know, it kept me entertained, and I'm not a big superhero fan. So I've been Tony, guys. I'll catch you all for the next video. Time to get some sleep. Thanks a lot for watching.